Hey everyone, welcome back to Financial Futures. I'm here to keep you up to date on the latest financial news and tips. Just in today, we've got some big news from Social Security that could be a game changer for those seeking SSDI benefits. Let's dive right in. Social Security has just announced the addition of 9 new conditions to their compassionate allowances list, bringing the total to 287. This is fantastic news for those struggling with serious conditions who need their SSDI benefits fast. If you've been waiting for some relief, this might just be it. Now, if you're not familiar with compassionate allowances, here's a quick rundown. This list is designed to expedite the SSDI application process for individuals with severe medical conditions. Normally, the wait time for approval can be as long as 7 months 220 days, to be exact. But with these compassionate allowances, Social Security speeds up the process so you can get the benefits you need much faster. Imagine dealing with a critical illness and having to wait months for financial support. The compassionate allowances list aims to change that for those in need, and with these new additions, more people can access their benefits sooner. With these 9 new conditions added, we're now at 287 total conditions on this list. This expansion is significant because it potentially affects over 1 million people across the country. These are individuals who can't afford to wait for financial help, they need it now. And that's exactly what these new additions aim to provide. Now, I know you're probably wondering what these new conditions are. I'll be honest, some of them have pretty complicated medical names that I might struggle to pronounce. But don't worry. I've got you covered. I've placed a link to the official press release from Social Security down in the description below. There you can find all the details on these new additions. If you or someone you know is suffering from one of these conditions, this is your chance to see if you're eligible for faster processing. Remember, the goal here is to get you the benefits you deserve as quickly as possible. Before we wrap up, I want to clarify that while these new additions are a huge step forward, they won't impact every SSDI applicant. However, if your condition is on this list, your chances of getting benefits faster just improved significantly. Our next topic is, will the Federal Reserve cut interest rates at their next meeting in September? And if they do, how much will they cut by? Will it be a 1/4 point or a full 1/2 point? Let's break it down. This week is a crucial one. On August 14, this Wednesday, we'll get the latest inflation report. This is key because it will heavily influence the Federal Reserve's decision in September. Let's take a look at the most recent odds, straight from the CME FedWatch tool. As of now, there's a 48.5% chance the Fed will cut interest rates by 0.5% in September, bringing the Fed funds rate down from 5.5% to 5%. There's also a 51.5% chance they'll opt for a smaller 0.25% cut. Personally, I'm leaning towards the 0.25% cut, but these odds are likely to shift after Wednesday's CPI report. Last month, the CPI inflation rate came in at 3%, with core inflation at 3.3%. The Fed's target is 2%, and while they've expressed confidence in reaching that goal, they're closely watching the labor market too. With unemployment at 4.3%, which is higher than their projections for 2024 and beyond, the Fed has a tough decision ahead. Here's my take. As long as the CPI report isn't disastrous, I believe the Fed will start their pivot at the September meeting, likely with a 0.25% cut. However, the real confirmation will come on September 6 with the next jobs report. If the labor market continues to weaken, it will reinforce the case for a rate cut. But let me ask you, do you really think the labor market is strengthening right now? My bet is it's only getting weaker. Now for a bit of comic relief. I came across this article from Business Insider titled "America's Hiring Boom is Officially Over." How did everyone miss the warning signs? Well, I'd say the hiring boom ended years ago. The only thing booming now are ghost job postings, fake job listings that don't really exist. I actually made a full video on this topic. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out after this one. Looking ahead, the next Fed meeting is on September 18, followed by meetings in November and December. The market currently expects rate cuts at all three. But let me give you a strong disclaimer: these odds can change dramatically with time. If the Fed doesn't cut rates in September, the stock market could react very negatively. If the Fed cuts rates in September, it could mark the beginning of a Fed pivot. Short term, expect heightened volatility in the stock market, but long term, the market tends to go up. On the housing front, the average interest rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage has already fallen to 6.48% last week, anticipating rate cuts. But don't underestimate the impact of even a 0.25% cut. Mortgage rates could fall even more as markets anticipate further cuts in 2025 and beyond. Now, let's talk credit card debt. Interest rates on credit cards are at an all-time high, averaging 27%. Even if the Fed cuts rates, expect credit card rates to stay high for the rest of this year, potentially not falling below 20% until late 2025. As for auto loans, while Fed rate cuts may lower interest rates slightly, many factors influence auto loan rates, so the impact might be less direct. So, that's where we stand. What do you think will happen at the September meeting? Will the Fed cut rates, and if so, by how much? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And for those of you predicting that the Fed won't cut rates in September, while it's improbable, it's not impossible. We'll just have to wait for the inflation and jobs reports to see how it all unfolds. Thanks for tuning in to Financial Futures. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and check out my other videos. Until next time, take care and have a great day.